Lena's heart pounded as she navigated the dark, winding road. Rain lashed against her car, the windshield wipers barely able to keep up. She was on her way to the site of her sister Sarah's fatal car accident. It had been exactly 1 year since Sarah's tragic death, and Lena couldn't shake the feeling that she needed to be there. As Lena neared the spot where the accident occurred, a sudden chill filled the car. She glanced in the rearview mirror and gasped. In the back seat sat Sarah, her eyes empty and hollow, her presence palpable yet ghostly. "Lena," Sarah's voice whispered, echoing through the car. "I need your help." Lena's hands trembled on the steering wheel as she tried to make sense of what was happening. Without warning, Sarah's spirit surged forward, engulfing Lena in an icy grip. Lena's body convulsed as Sarah's essence merged with hers, possessing her completely. From that moment on, Lena was no longer herself. Sarah's vengeful spirit controlled her every move, driving her to seek retribution against those responsible for her death. Mark had never been one to abide by the rules of the road. Speeding, swerving, and ignoring traffic signs were all part of his reckless repertoire. But one fateful night, Mark's cavalier attitude would catch up with him in the most horrifying way. As Mark careened down the highway, his headlights illuminated a figure standing in the middle of the road. Before he could react, the specter of Sarah materialized before him, her eyes blazing with fury. Mark slammed on the brakes, his heart pounding in his chest. But it was too late. Sarah's ghostly form passed through the windshield, enveloping Mark in an otherworldly embrace. From that moment on, Mark's life became a waking nightmare. Everywhere he turned, he was haunted by visions of Sarah, her tormented spirit relentless in its pursuit of vengeance. Chris had always prided himself on his ability to escape consequences. So when he struck Sarah with his car and fled the scene, he thought he had gotten away with murder. But some sins cannot be outrun. As Chris lay in bed one night, the room plunged into darkness. A cold chill filled the air, and he felt a presence looming over him. Sarah's ghost materialized before him, her eyes blazing with rage. "You thought you could get away with what you did to me," Sarah's voice echoed, sending shivers down Chris's spine. "But I will never rest until you pay for your sins." From that night on, Chris's life descended into madness. Everywhere he turned, he was haunted by Sarah's vengeful spirit, his guilt consuming him from the inside out. David had built his empire on deceit and exploitation. When Sarah's family stood in the way of his latest development project, he didn't hesitate to eliminate them. But karma has a way of catching up to even the most powerful of men. As David sat in his lavish office, basking in his ill-gotten gains, a chilling wind swept through the room. Sarah's ghost appeared before him, her eyes gleaming with righteous fury. "You thought you could destroy my family and get away with it," Sarah's voice echoed, sending fear coursing through David's veins. "But justice will be served, one way or another." From that moment on, David's life spiraled out of control. His empire crumbled around him, his wealth and power slipping through his fingers like sand. And in the end, he was left with nothing but the cold embrace of Sarah's vengeful spirit, his soul condemned for eternity.